Hey, YouTuber Andy Bishop. So, in response to my brother Joe's, call, in response to my brother Joe's video, I have this letter to show you real quick. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to show it this way because the camera thing on the front facing changes it backwards. So you see, I'm not being evicted for giving anyone a hard time. I'm being evicted for them having... Well, I'm not being evicted, actually. I'm just being discharged because they cannot provide me the care that I need. And because of that, they got in trouble with Adult Protective Services. Because this home's supposed to be staffed 24/7, and it isn't. And because of that, they got in some trouble. Because the housing conditions. And I heard my brother Joe talk about me being a difficult person to work with. Maybe because I don't understand things very well. And I am using this device. I know that my caregiver Nicole's gonna get mad at this. But I'm sorry I'm posting this because it's causing me a lot of stress. Because I'm on my old tablet, my new one, and my phone don't have parent control, so I can't use that. And I'll show you my tablet. That's the one that has parent control. And here's my phone that has parent control. And because of that, I am telling you that I have protections on that. And I also did have an issue with one caregiver who wanted me to do things independently and so-called because he thinks I didn't need that help. But everybody else who has worked with me normally knows I need that help. And I have been getting that help from everybody except for that one person. There was 4 people in total I had trouble with. And none of them work here anymore. And one of them didn't give me problems with anything other than he just didn't show up to work on the overnight. He clocked in and went home. Clocked in and went home to work from sleeping at his own house. He thought he could get away with that. Well, when I fell out of bed one of the days and nobody was here and I got up to go ask for help, nobody was here. And also there was another time where Jason wasn't here when he was supposed to be here, when I got out of the hospital for my back issue in December. And Jason got fired because he was supposed to be working and he wasn't. I can't help that was done that way. But I have caregivers who love me and help me and want to help me, and proof is how Nicole has my food stamp card and stuff to help me with my decisions and put parent controls on my device to help me be safe online, and so I don't get emotionally upset with the harassment and bullying that I go through. And so that people don't easily take advantage of me or influence me to give people a hard time. And since not having access to YouTube and stuff, because this tablet's mainly out in the other room, not in my room, because it's broken for one, and for two, use this only for video chats with like speech therapy and stuff. And my caregiver has realized that I haven't had the emotional issues and I haven't had issues where I refuse diaper changes and shower help and stuff like that. But what I want to be able to say is that I am doing really well. It's just they don't have the staffing to help me with the level of care that I need, and they kind of got in trouble for some of the things that they were doing to help me. Like when a few weeks ago there was no staff that showed up, or that was scheduled. I'm sorry, they didn't schedule anyone, and for 6 hours or so, and I was in a wet soil bed and diaper, and I had no one to help me, and they got in trouble because of that. And since then, my caregiver paid for it without having to go through my dad, a bag of pull-ups on the floor there. Yeah, those pull-ups there do not work for me. They are not helpful for me at all. They leak. I don't like the way they feel on me. But when nobody is here, I wear those over the other ones that I normally would wear. So, have a good one. Because I think that you guys should hear the truth from me. And I know that you guys are just going to have just for laughs and stuff, but go for it. Because what my brother said is not true, and I don't think you guys should have that information and where Joe bullies me and not have a response to it. So now you have the truth. Okay, now I have one more thing I want to bring up to you guys. So Joe talked about politics. He is a Trump supporter, and he likes Trump, and he's always talked about it, and I have recordings of it. And because of that, you guys now know that he's a Trump supporter. I didn't have a chance to vote for his re-election in 2020 thing because I didn't have the ability to get the poll thing, and I was late. And I didn't know how to fill out that one form, so I couldn't get it done. I didn't vote this year because I didn't have capacity. I don't have capacity, they say, so I have no way to vote. Last thing I want to say is, even if I did vote, it was not for Trump. It would have been for Harris. Would have been my vote. My brother talked about the tariffs and how it's a bad idea and stuff, and here, I'll give you a little information on this. Tariffs are made for 3 reasons. I remember this in school. I can repeat it. It shows that I'm not mentally degraded or didn't have any regression, something I learned in school. Tariffs are for 3 reasons. 1, to make even trade between 2 countries. 2, to influence another country into doing something that politically is wanted to be done without having to go to war or any other peace agreement stuff. And 3, to have manufacturing of that one kind of good to be done in your own country. And if you look at it, Trump wants even trade with all other countries. And here's the question. We don't have equal trade anymore. We're losing manufacturing by large numbers. So there's not equal trade anymore if they're all being imported to the United States and not exports. We're not going to have money to pay for those imports. So let's fix it and stop it. Number 2, the fentanyl and the border crisis issues. So that's sending a message. We're sending a message to China, hey, you can't do that to us. You can't do that, let's stop. Okay, number 3, we're sending a message to European countries to say, hey, we're wanting fairness here with the European Union and NATO and stuff like that. Then you go to the third part, bring jobs back home here. Since that bill was done, you have Nvidia, you have GM, you have GE, you have Boeing, and many other companies are making plans to have plants in manufacturing here and even open up more. And including some of their parts that were imported once from China are now going to be set up being built here in America. Example of that is your chipsets. We're actually opening up a plant by Nvidia and Intel here in the United States to manufacture chipsets for processors and stuff like that. Well, that takes time. So you're going to see higher prices right now. But in 2 years from now, you're going to see jobs. And you're going to see lower taxes. Because you also have all those Biden and Obama, wasted spending and years of just bogus stuff that they're spending on. Like paying for mice to turn gay and to do research on gay mice after being turned gay and that kind of stuff that is like a waste of spending. You're going to have those issues to be cut, so you're going to save money. Trump wants to consolidate or make government agencies into 1 or 2 or 3 rather than 100 different ones, and make the smaller amount of employees for the government agencies, because you don't need a manager on top of a manager on top of a manager on top of a supervisor on top of a supervisor at the Social Security office, when their main job is to answer your call, to serve Social Security, and to make sure you get your disability benefits. They're not there for all the other things that they do and wasteful spending. So to make it cheaper and more affordable for everyone, he's cutting out all the management supervisors and stuff that don't do anything or don't have any big roles and stuff. So that's what they're doing. They're not cutting any benefit for people like me or those that are on wheelchairs and stuff like that. And that is where people need to stop making rumors about that. And as far as Iran goes, I think we're going to be going to war with this one. But I think the China and Russia issue with the US, they're not going to fight us, and I don't think that's going to have any issue. I think they're just trying to see what they can get away with. That's why if we take out Iran to send a message, hey, don't mess with us, China and Russia's not going to think twice and they're gonna walk away and not do anything. Leave us alone. Have a good one on my point of view there.